And welcome to Stamford's beautiful Mill River Park and our hands-off peaceful, is that feedback? No. Okay. I'm getting given instructions. This is our hands-off peaceful protest march. My name is Michelle Apt. I'm one of the founding members of Invisible Stamford. We have been fighting this fight since 2017. We formed immediately after Trump's first election. And we've been working ever since to hold our elected officials accountable to us, the voters, to help elect good candidates who represent our values and will protect our rights here in Connecticut and around the country, and to help galvanize and organize people to fight exactly what we're facing right now. The dismantling of our democracy, the destruction of our government, the dissolution of the checks and balances that are intended to prevent exactly what is happening now. We and 11 other organizations, and I'm going to list them quickly: Act Local, NW Connecticut, Connecticut Citizen Action Group, Connecticut Tenant Union, Connecticut Working Families Party, 4Cs, Greater Danbury Area Justice Network, the Rebs for Reading and Easton, Bethel Good Trouble, SEIU 1199, 32BJ, Local 1973, and Connecticut State Council have worked tirelessly over the past few weeks to make today's event happen. And seeing this crowd is amazing. And the fact that all of you are here is why we had to move the location twice. So thank you for your patience in finding us or learning about where this was, and thank you for coming out today to march. I would like first, before we introduce our speaker, let's give a shout out and a welcome to the elected officials who are marching with us today. We have our state representatives and our state senators, our boards, members of our board of reps. Please raise your hand if you're one of those. The members of the Board of Finance and Education, thank you for all you do for making our city and our state as good and as great as it is. It's really a privilege to live here. Today we are so fortunate to have our incredible Attorney General William Tom here with us. If you set Google alerts for your elected officials like I do, you would know how much our AG is doing to protect us. He hit the ground running and he hasn't stopped. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's protecting us from our own government. Day after day, he's at the forefront of the fight against the destructive, intentionally hurtful, and divisive and illegal actions of the Trump administration. He is the president-elect of the National Association of Attorneys General, and we couldn't be more grateful and proud of his unwavering determination, courage, fortitude, and sharp legal mind in this all-hands-on-deck fight that we are fighting. And he lives here in Stamford, so that makes us love and admire him even more. Please join me in welcoming Attorney General William Tom.
SLM. Thank you, Indivisible. Thank you, Stamford Democrats. Thank you, everybody here for fighting. So I just got one thing to say. Hands off! Hands off! Hands off! Hands off! So we are taking the fight to Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the whole team in Washington. Linda McMahon too. Let Linda hear you from over here. Hands off the Department of Education. Hands off our kids. We are taking the fight to Donald Trump. I've sued him 3 times just this week. We sued to stop a $175 million cut to health care and to protect us from infectious diseases. We sued to protect our elections. And yes, where's Alice Knapp? We sued to protect our libraries in the Ferguson Library. Donald Trump may be flooding the zone, but I'm flooding it back! Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear. While the lawyers are fighting hard, and we're praying and supporting our judges, praying for our judges, while we're trying to hold our system of justice and our legal system and the rule of law together, a lot of people are being hurt right now. Right? If you're a federal employee, not just in Washington, but here in Stamford, if you work at Social Security down the street, if you're mom or dad and you've got to put food on the table, you know, even people that do well here in Fairfield County live 60, 90 days out with their cash flow, they're having trouble paying the rent and paying the mortgage. If you're a nonprofit, if you're a library, if you're person to person, right? If you're B1C, but it's tough right now for nonprofits. If you rely on federal funding, people are losing their jobs. People who run these organizations are having to let people go. If you're a breast cancer fighter and survivor, and your last best hope is a clinical trial at Yale or at UConn Health, you're in big trouble right now. And if you're a student, if you're a teacher, if you're a school bus driver, if you're a board of education, what will you do next? And yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you're an immigrant like my parents, you have a target on your back every single day. And so what do we do? What do we do? We have power. We have power. Together we can fight back. The Constitution gives us that power. What's it called? Voting. It's called checks and balances. We are a check. I am a check. Together, we can check this president. Yeah. The night he was inaugurated for a second time, he issued an executive order to ban birthright citizenship. We sued on Tuesday. We got a temporary restraining order on Thursday and a preliminary injunction. Check, Mr. President. On the second Monday, he tried to freeze all federal funding. I sued on Tuesday. I got a temporary restraining order on Friday. We have a preliminary injunction now. Check, Mr. President. On the $175 million, on NIH cuts, on stopping Elon Musk and his runaway band of hackers and wannabe stormtroopers. We have sued. We have stopped them. Check, 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 check. So we have to fight. We have to fight. It's in our power to be in the streets and to be a check on this president. And I'm so glad to see all of you strong, unafraid, even in this weather. It's spring anyway. In the rain, right? I'm glad to see all of you out there, because what I see in other places is too much surrender, too much laying down, too much appeasement, too much capitulation. So let me tell you something. I have been an American for 51 years. I became an American by right of my birth on American soil in Hartford, Connecticut. My parents were not yet citizens when I was born, but I was born an American under the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. And for those 51 years as an American, I have never been on my knees, and I'm not going to start now. So they're counting on the chaos and the flooding of the zone, right? They're counting on tiring us out and making us exhausted so we punch ourselves out. Is anybody here exhausted? Is everybody here energized and ready to fight? Are you in this fight with me? Let's go!
Before we go, a few things that we need to just cover. Thank you, Attorney General Tom. That was amazing, and thank you for fighting so hard for us every single day. Before we march, we want to say a few thanks. Thank you for all the volunteers who have worked so hard to make this march a reality. Thank you to the Stamford Police Department and to Captain Baker for keeping us safe. It's been a great partnership. We could not have done this without you. Thank you to the city for helping us arrange things. Thank you to Mill River Collaborative. You are heroes for welcoming our event at the 11th hour. We are so grateful. And thank you to Downtown Special Services District, who have people out today to help us cross streets safely, etc. This march goes through downtown and ends at the WWE building. The march is a mile long. If you feel that is too long, you can march down Washington Boulevard right here and end at the WWE. That's about a half a mile, and there will be marshals at the crosswalks to guide you. If you want to do the shorter walk, please go to that round cage thing and meet the marshals there. A few quick reminders. Be safe, stay on the sidewalks, follow the instructions of the march marshals. They're wearing orange armbands. Don't engage with counter-protesters, please. We want this story to be about our peaceful protests demanding that Trump and Musk keep their hands off. That is what's important to us. Don't become the story, because that's what happens. Stay on public property, and we want to make an orderly exit from the park, which is right over there. So wait, don't go yet. Don't go. There are a lot of us, so be careful and patient as we do this safely. Marshals are also wearing an orange plastic ring thing. That's a technical term. As we leave, put any garbage in the garbage bags that will be out there by the exit. All right, so now, the big moment. Are you ready to tell Trump and Musk to keep their hands off our country? So, repeat after me. Hands off our Social Security. Hands off our Social Security. Hands off our health care. Hands off our health care. Hands off our schools. Hands off our schools. Hands off our bodies. Hands off our bodies. Hands off our veterans. Hands off our veterans. Hands off our immigrant neighbors. Hands off our immigrant neighbors. Hands off our libraries. Hands off our libraries. off our unions. Hands off our unions. And hands off our country. Hands off our country. All right, we're ready. Let's go. Let's start exiting the park. And thank you, everyone, for coming. One more. Hands off our free press.